Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's BF and Kruma, Black Men's Personal Development Coach, but y'all already know I got mad love for and I still help the sisters. Today, the question I want to ask is what is reality? When you think about life, what is reality now? By definition, reality is defined as the world and the state of things as they actually are. But in life, everything is constantly moving, everything is constantly growing, everything is constantly changing and evolving. So, can we ever actually have a reality of what things actually are if things are always constantly moving? So, to me, I would say that reality is the world and the state of things as they were. So it's as they were a second ago. That's a second ago. Everything is frozen in time in the past. So we can look at that and say that's what it actually was in that moment. That's reality. What it was a second ago. The problem is when we want to take the reality of a second ago and allow it to control the reality in the present second or the future second when what was real a second ago might not be real right now. What is real in this exact moment might not be real a second from now. So if things are constantly changing, then what is reality? And when people want you to be realistic and to live in reality and get out of your head and get out of those dreams and get into the real world, what are they talking about if things are always changing? A quote I read years ago that I fell in love with says, there's nothing about a caterpillar that lets you know it's going to be a butterfly. You you never know. You it's nothing about you look at this little caterpillar crawling on the ground, crawling up the tree, eating the leaves. It's nothing about that caterpillar that lets you know that one day this caterpillar is going to be a butterfly. But you know what's strange to me? We all know that caterpillars go into this cocoon and come out as a butterfly, but I've never heard anybody call a butterfly a caterpillar with wings. Everybody just accepts the change in reality. Everybody just accepts the change in reality. The question is, will you accept the change in yours? Will you accept that what you believe to be reality is not actually reality? And you can go from being a caterpillar to being a butterfly, so much so to people won't even call you a caterpillar anymore because we can easily just call a butterfly a caterpillar once he gets his wings. We can easily call it that, but no, we don't call it that. We accept the change in reality. And when we want a certain life, I'm gonna take the word want away. When we dream about, because a lot of times you don't want it. A lot of times we don't want it. It's something that you want, you really go after. Because there's a difference between wanting and planning and going after something and then just daydreaming at the office all day long about something that you know you're never going to attain or something that you never know you're going to have. But I want you to change that reality. Because right now, you don't think that your dream life is reality. I will never forget 2002, 2001, my first time in Atlanta. I was with my cousin Dana, and we were going out that night, and she was going to get her hair done. I'm like, yo, I'm roll with you. When you go get your hair done, I'm gonna take the car. We're gonna ride around the area. She lived outside of Atlanta in Marietta. So I'm riding around some little area wherever she was getting her hair done. And that's the first time I ever saw mansions eye to eye. Well, not eye to eye, eye to house. First time I ever saw mansions in real life. I saw them on TV. I saw them in movies. I saw him on MTV Cribs. I never actually saw the mansion in person. And I sat there and I said to myself, wow, people really living like this. And that's a very strange statement, because when I watch BET Cribs or Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous or any of these movies, I already knew that people were living in mansions. I knew they were a real thing. I knew rich people existed and owned mansions. I knew that they were actually, but when I saw it, it went from just this dream thing to something that's real. And that's what I'm talking about today. Changing reality. We are not going to continue to look at things that we know exist, things that we know are true, things that we know are attainable, things that we know that you can get because other people got it. That's not going to be my dream no more, my dream life. I'm just daydreaming about it. No, I'm working towards getting it. I'm changing my reality because people told me the reality that I have and the reality that I'm living in and the reality that I believe in, I can't get that. I can't be that. I can't live that. But will you accept the change in your reality? Now, a lot of people have talked about caterpillars and the metamorphosis, and I'm not talking about that metamorphosis. I'm not talking to you about how you need to go into this cocoon and change. All of those analogies are good. Not knocking anybody who ever taught those analogies. Those analogies are good. In fact, I've taught them in the past. But right now, I'm just asking you, will you accept, hear me clearly, that your reality is not your reality? Will you accept that the reality that you believe is real in your life is not real? Your reality is only what your belief system believes it to be. And as we've been going over different mental things over the past few days, we already understand that these mental systems and these belief systems a lot of times are faulty because they have a bunch of faulty knowledge in them. So your reality is only what you believed it to be. So when LeBron James was in high school, I actually went to watch him play in high school when he was here in Philly. I'm in Charlotte now. When I was in Philly, his reality was, I'm going to the NBA. Straight out of this high school. Everybody else's reality wasn't the same. How is his reality different? If reality is reality, if reality is what's real, how is his reality different? It's what he believed. It's what he worked on. It's what he was gifted with. It's how he used his gift to change his reality from everybody else's reality. So what's real isn't really what's real. It's what you can accomplish. It's what you actually believe in. You create your reality with your mind and with your belief systems. But get this. This is where it starts to get real wild. Because you're not talking a lot about the brain. My mouth is getting a little dry. Let me sip a little bit of this water. Brother, drink a gallon a day. The part of your brain, listen, the part of your brain where your beliefs are held is not the part of your brain where you logically come to conclusions. The part of your brain, your emotional seat, where your beliefs are held, is not the part of the brain where you logically think. Let me read an excerpt from this book here. Despite how certainty feels, certainty is what I believe it. Despite how certainty feels, it is neither a conscious choice nor even a thought process. Your beliefs are not even conscious. Our beliefs, I cannot exclude myself. Our beliefs, unless we check them and challenge them, are not conscious choices nor even thought processes. You didn't think about it. You didn't take a conscious choice at all. Certainty and similar states of knowing what we know arise out of involuntary brain mechanisms that, like love or anger, function independently of reason. Read that again. Despite how certainty feels, it is neither a conscious choice nor even a thought process. Certain certainty and similar states of knowing what we know arise out of involuntary brain mechanisms that, like love or anger, function independently of reason. Somebody ever tell you something that just sounds so good you believed it? You didn't do no research. You didn't ask them no questions. You didn't get them to explain it any deeper. They just said it so good you believed it. Where's the proof? Your prefrontal cortex didn't get any of that information. Everything went to your emotional seat, and you just believed it, and you just created a belief system. And guess what you created then? You created a reality off of something that somebody said because they said it so good. That's why your pastors, and I'm not anti-pastor, y'all know I've been a minister since 2007. Your pastors and your motivational speakers get you all emotionally worked up so you can feel like the most mundane information that they're giving you is the best thing you ever heard in life. And that's why you keep going back to them. You don't want to go to the pastor that's going to challenge you and make you think. You don't want to go to a lecture where they're going to challenge everything about you. You want to go to the pastor that who? You want to hear the pastor that who? Oh, now you preaching, pastor. He ain't preaching. He ain't saying nothing. You want to go to the motivational speaker that make you feel good, because guess what? When information just makes you feel good, that means you never thought about it. Because when information hits your emotions first, it's called the low road. It never gets to your logical thinking part of the brain. So your reality is what you believe without even thinking. Woo! The reality that you living in right now is a reality that you believed in without even thinking, because you ain't questioned nothing. So what do we do now? We have to move from living in reality to creating reality. The overwhelming majority of us, one of the things I teach in my course is to not let things happen to you, but to let things happen from you. And the difference is, when things happen to you, those are all things that come from outside factors. So somebody made you upset. Somebody made you late to work. Somebody lied on you and got you fired from your job. All of these things that are happening to you. But when things are happening from you, you're waking up in the morning saying, how can I control today? What can I do? What can I grab a hold of today that's going to make life so much better? How do I want to feel today? That's what I wake up every morning and choose my emotion. I don't wait till somebody says something nice to me before I feel good. I don't wait till somebody says something nasty to me, so now I feel bad. No, I wake up every morning and say, this is the emotion I choose to have. I get in my meditational state, and I think about things in life that will make me feel that way. And once I get that emotion, I take that emotion with me all day. In this, I'm creating my day. I'm controlling my day. Everything, I'm deciding what I'm doing. I'm not reacting to anything all day long, because I am controlling my day. Things are happening from me. These videos every morning, they're coming from me. When I write the books, they're coming from me. My courses, they're coming from me. The lectures, the workshops, all coming from me. Mentorship, it's coming from me. I'm not sitting around allowing all these things to happen to me. So So now we got to have a different mantra about life. And the mantra is the only thing that's real in life are the things I made real. The only things that are real in life are the things I made real. Meaning my reality is what I create. My reality is what I create. The Bible says, no man with his hand on the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. Meaning that either you doing the work or you're not. And if you're looking back and you're focused on that reality, because I said what? Reality is the world or the state of things as they actually were. That's what reality is as they actually were. What we're living in now is creativity. We're not living in that reality anymore. So if you got your hands on either you got your hands on the plow and you're doing the work, but if you looking back at what you thought reality was, you're not fit for kingdom living. You're not fit for the life you call your dream life. You're not fit to live above the means that you're living right now. But if you got your hands on the plow and you're doing the work and you're being creative and you're allowing God to use you and you're allowing your purpose to come out and you're allowing your talents and gifts to be manifested, that's how you change life. That's how you create reality. That's how you create the life that you're living every single day. You're allowing things to happen from you and not allowing a bunch of things to happen to you. Reality is no longer what you see. Reality is what you believe after you got rid of your faulty thinking. The reality years ago was humans can't fly nowhere, but the Wright brothers said that ain't my reality. It's not my reality. In my reality, I create something that takes us all over the world. You know what? I love the Matrix, right? Because when they go in the Matrix, their reality or their self-perception of themselves is what you see. And I always loved that Morpheus had glasses that didn't have no arms on them. And I don't know why, but I just felt like that's just the cool. Like, how do you even think about wanting to wear glasses, but there's no arms that go around the ear? Like, it's a whole nother reality. But how do you see you? Can you see yourself in something that nobody never saw before? Because I know I never saw no glasses that don't have no arms on them. How are they going to stay on your face? Right? That's what somebody would say. Nobody asked Morpheus that in the Matrix because, listen, in this world, we are what we say we are. But I'm telling you right now, in this world, you are who you say you are. In this world, you are what you believe you are. In this world, you have what you believe you have. In this world, you live how you believe you can live. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Your reality is going to be what your belief system says it can be. And I'm just challenging you to change your belief system. Start changing your belief system. You start changing your reality. The mantra I want to leave y'all with: the only thing that's real are the things I made real. Love y'all. See y'all Monday.